and I sent him the Eye for an Eye beat, and he would just I've got the emails now still from like 2020. It was like, bro, you're the man. And he was like, don't send this to anyone. And then Eye for an Eye came out like a year later. It's probably, it's like his biggest song.
Sick.
Probably.
I bet you were gassed when you got that email there, man. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Mixed Opinions podcast. I am your host, MixedByJocelin, and we got Pro back today, the co-host. What's going on? And today we got a bad boy episode for you. But before we get into that, I just want to give a big shout out to Audio Movers for sponsoring this episode. They're giving you guys 1 month free of their plugin, Listen To. All you have to do, hit the link below and click the download link, and then use Mixed Opinions at checkout, the code thing or whatever you call it. And you'll get 1 month free of their plugin, Listen To. Shout out to those guys. Safe. But today we got on the show, on a Mixed Opinion show, we got Mikey Joe. What's going on, bro? Legendary UK producer. Big up.
Yeah, man.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on the show. I've been watching what you guys have been doing. So yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Love, man. Love. Appreciate it. Well, we were just talking before this. I didn't even realize that we've been doing projects together already. We got a tune out already, didn't we?
Yeah.
Cool.
Kenny All Star, Benny Banks, General's Corner.
That's it. Yeah, if you ain't listened to that tune, check that out. But you produced that tune, didn't you?
Yeah. We made the beat for that, and yeah, you mixed it.
Nice. Let me see that t-shirt. What t-shirt you got on? It's like a Stella Artois design.
Beers and Maggie's. My mixtape Beers and Maggie's. It's out now. You can stream that.
Okay, we'll put that in the link. I love that.
Yeah, collaborative project with me producing all the songs and my bro Big Watch rapping on it. And a few features. Bam Bam Coins.
Nice.
Cool.
That's a cool t-shirt as well. I rate that.
That's that's the merch. Limited edition. You could probably get that if you ask me.
Yeah, I used to have a hat like that. It was like a Stella Artois hat. It was like
this is
Swag
custom.
London or something did it or something like that.
Yeah.
Can't remember, but yeah, that's.
But Beers and Maggie's out now.
Let's go. So, just to get into it, get everyone warmed up and that. For those that don't know about you and how you got into the game, I'd love it if you tell us a bit about your story and how you got to where you are today.
Always love UK music, like UK rap music. You would come home, like watch SBTV and stuff. Always love and I was like, I'm 24, so when I was at school, it was like big on N-Dubs, Chipmunk, Tinchy, Tiny Temper, that era of like chart UK rap, but not like, obviously I weren't really in the underground till a bit later, but I was still seeing the odd like warm-up sessions and stuff. So I love SBTV. But same time, I've always loved like Eminem, Tupac, Biggie. So over that hip hop music, basically, but also always like indie music and stuff like Oasis and Arctic Monkeys and that. So when I was like 14, I had like a guitar. Me and my friend, we live on the same road. We both just randomly had a guitar each in our house, just from whatever. And one week we was like, oh, let's try and learn guitar. So we kind of both taught ourselves how to play guitar about 14, and then I had an iMac, family iMac, and I was like, I wonder if I could like put this into my computer sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I had like a thing. So I found, literally I found a jack, like a guitar jack, which is like I don't know if, like a headphone jack, a big one.
Yeah.
That will go change into an aux cable, and I just plugged that in.
Oh, like quarter inch into like the mini.
Into a tiny aux, and I just plugged it into the back of my. I just plugged it into the back of my iMac, and it was just like no interface, just the tiniest signal. And I was like, all right, cool. And like literally of like -40 or something, so I just turned that all the way up, and then I started recording guitar in. And then I didn't even know how to produce, but there weren't really videos. And this is a Logic. I was just using like Logic Drummer and stuff. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make like grime beats because grime was big at the time, like Skepta, and that was like 2015. So where Skepta was, but you can't even now. There's probably not grime tutorials on YouTube because it's such a niche genre.
Yeah.
But just from there, like, just trying to make beats, and then kind of 2019 kind of started putting beats on YouTube and try and actually put beats out, and then it kind of took off by making like real rap beats, and I was kind of like the only one doing that at the time on YouTube, and it kind of snowballed from there.
And when was that? Like, when did you start making the real rap kind of beats?
Like 2019.
Okay, right. So like just
And
before lockdown sort of thing.
yeah, I was actually at uni. The first year of uni, I didn't even try and do music. It was just something that I kind of had to go with here and there. But in the summer of the uni, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put beats on YouTube every day, and they were started as drill beats, and then I didn't even really like drill, but everyone was doing them. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do like these real rap beats, but I didn't even know how to make them really, because like the vocal samples and stuff that at the time they were hard to get hold of. Like there weren't really the plugins and stuff that you can get now and Splice and that. Probably
Yeah.
was out, but I just didn't know about it. So I don't think Splice was out then. It might have been. But then I
I think it
started
was.
putting
I
out
think
like
Splice was out back then.
yeah, no, it probably was. It probably was, but I wasn't in,
You weren't
you know,
clued
like
up to it. Yeah.
into it all. But then I just was going mad on a pot of paper type beats. But this was before this was while I was in prison. And
Yeah.
then when he come out of prison, all my old beats blew up from like time ago because he come out of prison. And then
So
everyone,
yeah, and then his popularity grew. So then people started to try and find those beats.
but I had like the back catalogue of like a year's worth of beats that no one was interested before. And then he kind of came and brought the real rap sound back. And everyone
Okay.
kind
So
of came
what
to
were you
me.
selling them on, like BeatStar and that?
Yeah, beat stars and DMs, whatever, like just leases
sick.
basically.
Sick. I actually I mixed his Pot of Paper's project when he was in jail. That was a whole madness though. Like it was.
Which one? The one with the white cover?
Yeah, that one. And
The
I
scraps
just
in that.
yeah, but the thing is, I'm so not happy with it. Do you know what I mean? I don't even really talk about it too much because the way it got delivered to me was so mad. Like it was like MP3s, Scraps' verse was like embedded in the MP3, so I didn't even have the stems and like obviously.
Oh, what? So you couldn't even mix? What? So he's attached to the beat already?
Yeah, man. Like, and then I had to
So you
like
can't
glue
even mix
Potter's
that.
bit in and try to, I had like, it was like having like both hands tied behind my back trying to mix that. And the way that they delivered it as well was mad. Just going off on a tandem quickly.
No, I know that project because I've thought, because I listened to that project. I'm like, why is this? Yeah, it doesn't sound mixed.
Nah,
but
because
because
it
obviously it's
basically
not,
wasn't,
because you
bro.
couldn't
I
be. No, you couldn't.
got it handed to me. The guys turned up for a session. I won't say who, that were taking care of his bits. And like, that's what they said. They come for a recording session. And then they handed me all these files. And I was like, bro, like, what is this? This is a Potter project. And they were like, yeah, well, this is the thing. Like, we sort of need it mixed, but we can't really talk about it, X, Y, Z. And I'm like, well, this is a whole different thing. Like, I've got like 8 of these guys in my studio all blazing zoots. I'm like getting passively high as fuck. And I'm like, dude,
No, it's a sick project. Like, even though this is the thing though, I think in music, yeah, like even though them recordings weren't like industry standard or whatever, I don't think it kind of doesn't even matter because
no, because people
of the
just cared
songs,
about
innit?
his lyrics, innit? Really, and the bars.
And it's
You know what I
like,
mean?
and I always think, yeah, whenever we do like a session, yeah, or like an old demo or whatever, I'll just say like, oh, I need to re-record. I'm like, you don't actually really need to, because you've captured the moment of that recording. Like,
Yeah.
Even though it won't sound as polished or whatever, it's real rap in it. So I'm not really too bothered.
So when obviously so now you're getting like all the popularity back on the YouTube stuff and the beat stars and stuff like that. When did like the bigger artists start like knocking on your door, and how did that kind of come about?
Well, basically on YouTube, you could only, if you typed in pot of paper type beat, you would only see my beats like for the first 2 pages. So I was the kind of only person doing these type of beats. So naturally, people were coming to me. I had a few beats that kind of went semi-viral on YouTube, like 100K on the beats of that. And but even within that time, I was still messaging artists directly. So Benny Banks, we made Eye for an Eye in like 2000. It probably I think it was made in 2019 or early 2020, but it didn't come out for like another year. So that was when I was really early in producing. But that tune there's got like 10 million streams now.
Big up.
So, and the bigger artists, like I don't know, it's just kind of like a natural progression, I suppose.
Okay, cool. So it just sort of built up. You got your reputation, and then obviously, so Benny Banks found you through your YouTube page. Is that
he didn't. He found me because I'm a big Benny Banks fan, and I was on his DMs for months and months, maybe even a year, because he wasn't dropping music. Because he wasn't dropping music for years, and he was my favorite artist. I'm like, I'm just messaging him DMs. When you ready when are you back on music? I've got beats for you. Then one day he just gave me his email, and I sent him the Eye for an Eye beat, and he would just. I've got the emails now still from like 2020. It was like, bro, you're the man. And he was like, don't send this to anyone. And then Eye for an Eye came out like a year later, it's probably like its biggest song.
Sick.
Probably.
I bet you were gassed when you got that email there.
And the project, I pulled up the project on my FL. It's got like, it's just like 2-step hi set. It's like a 2-step hat, like just one snare in the middle, and just a kick and just bass. Like it's like four sounds.
Mad. Cool. That seems to always be the way, you know. Like whenever I jump on YouTube and I watch like these beat breakdowns of these mad beats, like that have got millions and millions of streams, like they pull it up and it's like the most simplistic thing. You know what I mean? So I was watching one YouTube video, Boy Wonder, today, and he was talking about how he was sending Drake like beats and beats and beats and beats and like all of his most fire beats, and then he was getting frustrated because he wasn't like getting any sort of response back, and he was like, "Fuck it." He made a beat that he didn't even like. He was just like, "I'm just gonna make something, whatever," and he sent it to Drake, and he was like, "Yeah, this is dope. This is amazing," and that ended up being. What's that one where he's like walking in front of the car? It's like one of his biggest tunes from that era. Can't remember. Pro, you'd know. You don't know. We'll find out. But yeah,
start from the bottom or something.
Oh, something like that. Yeah, one of them tunes. Yeah, it was actually it was mad. And when you listen to the beat without Drake on it, it does sound sort of pants. I can't lie. And then
most beats do.
Nah, I totally disagree.
No, not most beats, but like I've made beats without the artist, and I'm like, trust me, this will sound good when you're on it, sort of thing. Maybe. That's what I meant.
I always feel like a lot of the time that the beat is carrying the artist. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many records out there where like it is totally the beat that is the thing that is winning in that. You know what I mean, in that duo. But on your records and like, you know, the records that you've made and stuff like that, what's like the standout one for you? Like your favorite record that you're like, yeah, that one is dope.
I think Benny Banks' Eye for an Eye is definitely up there. There's a song Jordan Risk It All, because we recorded that in his kitchen when we both was kind of novices in music, and that got like 15 million views on YouTube.
Oh, sick.
Hold on, that was recorded in a kitchen.
Yeah, there's a video on my Instagram. We recorded it in his kitchen.
Yeah,
I went. That was like we just recorded it in his kitchen with one of them things.
That's cool. That's real. I like that. I always like.
I made the beat in 10 minutes while he went to the shop to buy some fags, and he came back and just started spazzing.
Yeah, that's the realness. That's real. I rate the work that Jordan puts out anyway, because it always feels so honest and sincere, and like the stuff that you're saying in your like that about your process is so honest. Like it's almost like you know how to get the sound you want, but you sort of you take like. I've also been in the studio with you as well, so I see that the steps you take to it is very much you always have the artist in mind. So I could imagine some people might use that time when the artist goes to the shop to just make a beat or just make something they want to get out. But it's like you knew, all right, he's gonna feel like this when he comes back. This is the vibe. I love them ones, proper authentic, man.
And also, it's like we was both kind of Jordan. I think he had his final booth out and that, but I was not new, but I was kind of new to the. We were both like new to. We were both getting traction like together as well. But and then there's another tune we did with him called Little Holton. It sounds bad when I say it if you're not Northern, because that's the town where he's from. But that's got like 10 mil views on YouTube, and I went on a tour with him as well, and that song live just goes off.
Yeah, so crazy.
And also Rim's Expensive Pain, because that's just a song that everyone knows.
Expensive Pain, yeah, big up. That one's a banger.
That's just a song everyone knows wherever I go. So
hard. That's sick. You've already sort of like spoken about it a little bit, like with your talking about getting your guitar jack and trying to like plug it directly into into your Mac. But I'd love to, have you got any like mad studio fails where you're like, oh fucking hell, mate, like you lose sleep over it, like lost a project or something like that, like just a moment where you're like, fuck.
I've never lost a project, you know.
Oh, touch wood, bro. Touch wood. Let's
no. I've been recording probably about 3 years or something. No, about 3 years now. Probably.
Okay.
Like for like artists, that's
No, big up.
of
It sounds clean, man.
importance.
I would
No,
assume
but-
you've been doing this 10 years deep, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, but no, I've not in a studio. There might like actually no. You know, sometimes on Logic where you like delete a take and
Yeah.
it has the option to like keep or delete.
Mm-hmm.
And I've deleted a verse before.
Oh shit.
And
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I can undo it. And
Undo
it's
it,
just
and
and
it don't
it
undo.
undoes. It's just blank. It's just blank. Or
I've
whatever.
had that. No,
But-
those are
but-
fails, but those are ones that like when you get to a certain point or you in the room, you're like, that's fine. I can just say redo it. It's not going to be a big
Yeah, you
deal.
just got to be like, nah, yeah. No, but touch
Well, it
wood,
depends who
nothing.
it's with though. Some artists.
Yeah, I know some people have lied and been
artists
like,
will
oh,
go
it wasn't
mad.
recorded or something went wrong, but it's not about
Like,
that.
I've had it stuck on me just from like it peaking a little bit, because one guy was singing and then he's gone into some like mad spit, and I'm like, bro, we got to redo this, and he's like, what are you dumb? Starts like switching at me, and I'm just sitting there, like, bro, chill.
I've not. Yeah,
Them ones, they're crazy.
I've been lucky enough to.
Well,
I've been alright with
touch wood.
with yeah.
That's
man.
mad. So obviously, you were saying as well that you been getting into mixing and mastering as well. So you've been working
massively,
on you've been working on with Benny Banks, and you've been mixing his project, right?
Yeah. His last single I recorded. We did the beat for it. Well, just me. Mixed and mastered everything.
Sick.
And that's got like 1 million views in 3 weeks, like a new freestyle. So
That's
Dexter's Lab out now.
Dexter's Lab, is that what you said? That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's called Dexter's Lab. I've been mixing and mastering like a lot of independent artists from like Northwest, because I used to live in Manchester. I went to uni in Manchester.
Okay.
That's how I met Jordan. There's an artist called Be Real from Liverpool. Be Real 11 is his actual name is. Mixed a lot of his songs. They've all got like 3-4. Well, some of them got like 3-4 million views. Consistently getting good numbers.
Sick.
And like a lot of other stuff in like the Manchester, Liverpool kind of rap scene. I mix and master all Black Boxes stuff.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's sick. What? So in with your process, like, tell me a little bit about your process when you're mixing. What's your 3 favorite plugins when it comes to mixing? Like, aside from production, no.
Yeah. To be fair, at the minute, I'm more into mix and mastering than making beats, because it's just something new for me, and it's more of a challenge.
We had this conversation as well, didn't we?
We have. We
Why is that?
Like,
why is that?
Because I feel like for my ears, I feel like I can make it better than, I feel like I can mix better than most, but basically anyone, because it's like adjusted for, like I can make it sound however I want, sort of thing. So I like having like full vote, like a lot of people like the kind of not thin vocals, but like in a lot of popular music, it's like the bottom end's not really there, but I like finding a way to have the body in the vocal there.
Yeah. So what when you heard my mix, you were like, fucking hell, I could do this better.
No, because that's when I couldn't mix though. So, but now I'd mix it differently. But that's just why everyone's got their own sound.
Yeah.
But in the plugins, I always go off track. My bad.
I made you go off track there. That was my bad.
Yeah. The plugins is my favorite plugins. Definitely the Pool Tech Waves EQ on vocals.
Okay.
Or whatever it is, any variation of that will be good.
Yeah.
And the 2A. So I use the Waves CLA 2A compressor.
Okay.
They're the 2 favorites. You start with 3 and then
third.
So boring, but probably the Fab Filter
Which
EQ.
Yeah,
I don't
have the 3 though. I've only got 2.
I swear.
I need to get
you
the
need to get the 3,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, take 3,
I
bro.
know.
That's in everyone's
That's like a
collective.
3. Yeah, those 3 plugins you named are proper staples. Like yeah.
Have you?
I'm trying to think
tried
of
the
something
UAD?
different.
Have you tried the UAD stuff?
I don't have anything UAD, but I've been seeing that UAD Spark advertised. So
Yeah, do you know what?
Need the interface.
Do you know what? As far as UAD is concerned, like most of their sick plugins are in that bundle. So they got all their
There's a couple. There's a
there's
few that aren't in there.
They keep leaking it. Like they ain't got Shadow Hill or anything like that. But like they're you got Fairchild 1176.
Nah, it's still more. There's still more. I need more. I need the Ampex. I need more going on. I need more of a. I need the Ampex.
I'm still trying to work out how to use the Fairchild. I don't know how to use that.
In parallel to your vocal. Ramp it,
Yeah,
run
you
it
can use it
parallel to
however
the
you
vocal.
want. Use it however you want.
I use it in parallel because
I don't use Fairchild plugins anymore, or Fairchilds themselves, of course.
Nah?
Nah,
I like it. I like it in parallel. I can't like
I've got the Waves one. I don't know how to use it. Too many knobs. I don't know how to use it. I don't know. There's a left and the right and this and that.
Yeah, because you can run it in stereo.
Stereo.
There's a good video. Mixed by Ali talks about his part of his vocal chain with Kendrick, and to get that sort of like real clarity and like punchy, especially when Kendrick's spitting super fast, he'd run the Fairchild in parallel to the vocal, which is like. And so I tried that a few times.
Recently, I have been like trying to chuck like different like analog plugins, like not analog, analog emulations just throughout my chain, different orders and stuff, just to get a bit more color and kind of
experiment.
Like what's it called? That color, like
texture,
what I'm saying. Like,
color. No, you
were
was spot on with color, bro. Spot on with color.
I'm always as I say, like you see how like warm. I said earlier, I like the warm vocals. I'm always trying to not always do that.
Body.
Yeah, not always from EQ. I feel like some compressors they kind of have some sort of EQ-ish.
Yeah,
feel,
well,
and it's not EQ.
It's more to do a lot of that, getting that roundness and that body can be using the attack and the release in the right way with these analog compressors. You can get like, if you slow down the release, you can get a much more rounded, like fuller sound. Sometimes I find, like, that's how I run it anyway. But yeah, that's cool, man. But I would suggest trying the Spark stuff. I'm not sponsored or nothing, but like
no, but it's so before you have to have the interface to use it, all right? Or am I?
No. So the interface you'd get some with, and basically the cool thing with the Apollo series is that it can take some of the processing power. Yeah. So it's not as like they don't. But the computers are so powerful nowadays; it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? Too tough.
Yeah, I know. I think that is my next step, though. The UAD stuff. So I think that's my next step.
Yeah, and I think value for money, it's like $20. Like, and all the plugins you get, I think it's sick. Though to be fair, Pro put me on, and it's way better value for money. And I run both now. But the what are they called? Plugin Alliance stuff. Again, it's like $20.
Yeah, no, I just got
loads of plugins for that.
Funny enough, talk about that. I just got the the Mag EQ4.
Yeah, bad boy.
I've been playing with that, but I need to learn it a bit. It's a bit too like adds way too much because I'm used to the Pool Tech adding like mad numbers. But on,
But it's almost on that one, can't hear it until you A/B it. Do you know what I mean?
But on the Mag one, if I add like is each number like actually adding dB, like 1 dB, 2 dB?
Yeah.
It's stepped, So it's usually used for the airband with the Mag EQ, which is the 40 hertz and up. Right. But I feel like if you're ever running into problems with a Mag, you probably don't need to use the Mag. I feel like there might be enough.
I've been trying it on my mix. I've been trying it on mix bus as well.
Yeah, mix bus stuff, beautiful. But like vocals and stuff, I know people like to use it in their vocal chain for air and stuff.
Be a bit too sharp sometimes.
Yeah, I feel
especially if you like that rounder, fuller sound. Obviously, it's going to distract your ear from that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to pull.
Pull the hardware ones are used in mastering quite often. Yeah.
Have you tried the black box on the Plugin Alliance?
No, I've only got that one plugin because I got recommended it.
That for what you're trying to do, maybe have a look at that.
I think for your sound, the black box.
What is that compressor?
It's like a saturator,
saturation box,
and it has an air band in it as well, and it's good for it's good for like getting like perceived volume. So I've got certain settings. Me and Devon were talking about it in one episode where I can tweak it a little bit. And you like the dB is not really jumping, but it feels so much louder. So even on your drums or your bass, stuff like that, it kind of really does. Like,
no, I'm gonna get that black box. I think I've seen that, but
it's sick. It's sick. I see one guy with the hardware version. Spenny though, but yeah. It's definitely a nice plugin, and Shadows Hill as well. If we're on that topic,
no, I've heard of that.
Yeah, one. That's like a mastering compressor, but on your drums, 30. certainly on your drums.
I'm
And
gonna check
Pro
that
put
out.
me onto the vocals as well. I started slapping it on my vocals, and it's nice on the vocals.
Shadow Hills is nice.
Coming off of the plugins, we chat about that all episodes.
Yeah,
You know what I
all
mean?
day.
But I wanted to ask you, like, what's your opinion on like building a relationship with the artists that you're working with, and like how important is that for you as a producer?
It's everything. If like for me, it's everything because at the end of the day, music for me is it's definitely fun more than business. Maybe that's what I need to work on, but like I really actually no, let me put this right. Yeah, like no, because you know what I'm saying. No, but like no, it's everything because it's fun for me. I went studio last night till like all that 8 hours. Probably the songs won't even come out, but I just do it for fun. I wait with my mate who raps and whatever. Just we went halves in the studio and like it's just what I like to do. It's fun for me, innit? So no, relationship's everything. It's everything because you've got to be trusted as well, and they've got to trust you. Sometimes I'm like, trust me, this is better than the demo. Like, you need this.
Oh, what?
No,
When you're delivering a mix or whatever.
Yeah. Like,
Some of your artists get a bit of demo-itis.
Well, yeah, I think everyone does. Or it's just like, you sure this is the you just go like, yeah, trust me, like this is better.
I can't lie. I feel like it's part of your brand, bro. Like I feel like it's part of your identity. Even having a session with you where you're the producer in the room, we had an artist in the room, and I'm engineering. It was like almost like I could see that this is the first time you'd worked together in person, but there was still so much talk about it. Like, oh, I remember when you sent me that beat, or do you remember how did you make? You know what I mean? The artist was asking you, how did you make Expensive Pain? Like, what was going through your mind, type thing. And like, you were just cool to share that. Like, there was no barrier. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I see a lot of sessions where the producer doesn't really care to have much of a relationship with the talent that they may be working with. But I feel like you, Big Watch, you, Jordan, you, Benny Banks, like everything I've seen you work on, like it's almost like it all means something to you, and that does translate, bro.
Yeah, because like these people, they become your good friends.
Yeah, no, facts, bro.
Like I'm probably texting them more so than I'll text like people I grew up, my best friends that I grew up with, just because I'm always like, I'm gonna sample this. What do you think of this? This is that,
bro. It's like, mad how quick when you're producing with people. It's mad how quick that person can just become someone you're always in contact with. Seriously,
literally.
Well, I mean, because it's what you spend all your time doing. Do you know what I mean?
And not thinking about all the time. I could be somewhere like, no, I'll write on my phone, sample this, do that, do this.
Talking about like obviously like making tunes and obviously getting ideas and stuff like that. What sort of stuff inspires you? And if you're like stuck for inspiration, like do you have like a place or something that you do to help you like reconnect and like get back into making beats?
To be fair, I don't make as much beats as I used to because I feel like I kind of, where I was trying so hard to break through and make a name for myself, I was just blasting beats every day, YouTube without fail for like 2 years. And the first year, every beat was getting 50 views, but I never stopped.
Right.
Like, and then they started getting like 200 views, and then they started getting a few thousand views over the years. But so the beats I don't really like. It sounds mad, but I don't really enjoy making beats as I once did. But I'll make like maybe 1 beat or 2 beats a week. But then beats I'll be like, these are the beats that we got to use. But for inspiration, it's just like my sound's obviously the real rap sound, like vocal samples, pain. So I just open up my Gmail. And I've just got hundreds of producers that are sending me loops all day from all over, and I'm just going through it like bang, bang, no.
Oh, really?
And so it's just I just use loops these days. I'll be so real.
Yeah.
But so you're saying so you've got all of these producers that just want to get like a collab with you, so they're sending you sample ideas or whatever.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. I'm probably just on email lists that send them to like 50 other producers as well.
Right.
But still. But you can still use them in that.
Okay, I can't lie.
Obviously a lot of.
Go on, sorry.
No, I'm just saying like there's some producers that would mess with me like, oh, where can I send loops and stuff, which I think is quite common for producers. But I'm definitely on some lists because some geeks will send me beats, and I message them on Insta. I was like, bro, you don't need to send me beats. I don't rap. He was like, oh, sorry, you're just automatically on this list that I bought or something. I was like, oh, right.
I can't lie. I'm on a few of those, and I can't stand it. You know, I never ever listen to them, and I actually think it's like, obviously you went about it in the right way, because when you started coming up, you would put them on YouTube and
Yeah.
social media XYZ. So it's the person's choice. They're going out to find it. Yeah. So and then they're finding the right stuff. When I'm getting sent emails of beats and I'm like, bro, I'm not even interested in any of this stuff. Do you know?
Do they think that do they think that you're gonna play them beats to artists?
That's why people send them to me 100%. Like because they know I'm in the room with certain artists and they just hope. But that's not my position. Do you know what I'm saying? Like most of the time, these
and also, what do you gain from that anyway? Like,
really? Not really nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like a Rick Rubin of like piecing things together. Do you know what I mean? And I make beats as well. If I'm gonna the artist,
you make beats,
them beats. I want him to jump on one of my beats. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100.
So am I gonna play your beat? No. Bro,
if it was an actual problem where people are coming to you with no beats to your sessions, I would just be like, pick 3 producers. I'm managing. Or I'll get producers go. Yeah, I'm managing you now. Send me beats. I'll plug them in with the artist and take a percentage. That could be an idea.
Yeah, maybe, but obviously that's just one more problem to add to the pile. Do you know what I mean? Of like issues that that we go through every day. Of like, you know, I've got X amount of tunes to mix. I'm trying to make podcast XYZ, and I'm trying to make my own beats. Like, you need to sometimes be like loose with it. Do you know what I'm saying? And then these artists and these producers, they're gonna think that I have a responsibility to then find them plugs. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just all gets crazy then for me.
You know what though? We don't say this to like discourage people from like whatever their hustle may be, because there might be that one day where an engineer is like bored out of their head in the session because the artist is, sometimes you get it where artists are like, they have beats or they've paid for a certain amount of time. Maybe the beats that they're going through aren't inspiring them. So sometimes you want to speed up the process and be like, you need some new inspiration, bro.
Yeah. No, I've definitely sent beats to engineers before. Definitely.
Yeah. There's nothing. I don't think it's the worst thing, to be honest. But
I don't know.
when you're spamming, or you have that person constantly.
No, I think you got to have a relationship with the engineer first.
Exactly. I was going to say, don't spam it to me. But I have some producer counterparts who I play their beats to my sessions. If they ask if I have anything, I'll be like, well, I don't have anything in your lane, but I know people that do. Play some stuff. If they like it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm
gonna start sending you beats, bro.
I do.
Come on, bro. Anytime, bro. Come on, man.
I do it for my boys. Like, if I'm in a session, I've played Modulus beats before. Do you know what I mean? I've probably played Proton beats before. Do you know what I mean? If they're looking for beats, and it's not something that I can particularly deliver on, but just some next guy on my email that's never even taking the time to chat to me.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm not interested for real. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's one of them ones. I just think that there's better ways of grinding, and you've done it in an organic way, and that was the point that I was getting at. And I feel like where any producers that are watching the show could maybe take influence from. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've grinded. You found a niche, and you've like locked into it, and then organically those artists. The best ones, some of the best in the UK that do that genre have gravitated towards you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's nowhere near forced, and it's run proper. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So
that was the goal.
Yeah.
No, big up, man. I rate the whole idea of just having an ecosystem where like music will get made in these sessions regardless. I think that's the best way to approach it.
No, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, 100.
No, I was in a session yesterday. And yeah, like nothing was coming, and it just kept and it was watch actually, as we're a big watch, and he was like, bro, it always comes, bro. Don't worry, man. Yeah. And then we made 2 bangers yesterday.
By the end of it, yeah, bro, it always does. It's like,
but I was stressing out. I was like hungry. Order some food.
No, I've had that in a session as well, where one of my boys sent a beat. Artist is about to write to it. They're so into it. And then like a drop hit, and they didn't like the drop. I was like, you know what? I don't want the moment to. He's like, it's so sick, but it's just the way the bass goes when it drops. So I had to cut it, loop it, and basically reproduce it.
Reproduce it,
and then get my boy to send the stem so I could just send the change the bass.
Oh, that was someone else's beat. That wasn't your beat.
Yeah, it was my friend's beat. Basically, I was playing beats in session. Artist was ready to go. And the artist said, "Oh, the 808s are a bit off." I was like, "They are. Okay. You're not wrong." Chopped it in Logic, done like the most basic, like just what could get us past the time. I think I even rolled off the bass doing all sorts of crimes. Changed the bass note, and then when I got the stems, we replaced it properly, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Long. But sometimes, just those small things. If you have enough experience, though, you always be able to deliver in those clutch moments as well.
1,000,000%.
100%. And it's like what you were saying earlier, Pro, like, obviously having the ability to sort of like read off the artist and gauge like how they're feeling. Obviously, like, you got an ability now where you've been working with like Benny and all these guys for X amount of time. You can understand them and you see their vibe and you can sort of like try and deliver on that. Do you know what I mean? Like, is that something that you do a lot now? When you are making beats, are you still making beats by yourself, or are you doing more like what you were doing yesterday, where you're linking up with
in
them
session?
and you're doing it in session.
It does depend. The session things is probably rarer, because you got to meet up and that. But it depends who I'm with. When I'm with Big Watch, we always make the beats together. When all the songs I've done with Jordan, we've never made the beat together ever.
Right.
Benny Banks, I've always just sent him beats. It's different. But I'd say most time it's just ideas being sent and then developed.
Yeah. Okay. Pro, do you have I don't know if you do because it's a last minute one, but do you have
a quick fire?
Quick fire.
I've got I've got a quick fire, but
Come on.
It will be
off the door.
Right.
So I've got to be quick. I'm a slow thinker, you know. So,
no. Take as long as you need, to be fair.
No. We'll go quick. Come on, let's go.
All right, cool.
It's just whatever first comes to your head, innit? Don't double take. Like.
I might regret them, but it's okay.
That's the point.
No, I hear it. Splice or Looperman?
Splice.
Logic or FL Studio for producing?
FL Studio all day. Producing, yeah.
All right.
Making beats.
Yeah, no. What was the one that I actually had in my mind? Yeah, that was it. FabFilter Q2, sorry. FabFilter Q2.
I've only got Q2. I need to save up.
FabFilter Q2 or the Logic Channel EQ?
FabFilter all day, easily.
Even CPU, everything, good?
Yeah, I work on a bus anyway, so it don't even matter.
Fair play. Native Instruments or who make Spectrasonics, who make Omnisphere?
I don't even use any of them, to be honest. But
probably
Native Instruments, which is Contact, so yeah.
Yeah, Contact. I was going to say, you surely use Contact, bro.
I just use loops, bro.
I hear it.
No, but some of my best beats have been made with Omnisphere and Contact together. But
yeah.
I don't have Omnisphere on my computer.
Never do I.
Contact.
All right. Let's go for a simple one. FL Soft Clipper or FL Soft Clipper or Fruity Limiter?
That's just a stupid question, bro.
I know.
What's that soft? The FL Soft Clipper is probably the best clipper out there of all doors.
Yeah, no, I can't argue.
It's the best one. There's nothing that rivals it.
I can't argue with that.
I don't think there's anything. If I had that on Logic, it would be a game changer.
Yeah, it'd be a game. I've been saying this for years.
Surely there's some clever guy that can remake it as a standard.
No, because the thing is, I think I might be saying this to you. You're saying to someone, but it's like having like a bounced MP3.
No, we were talking about this. Yeah.
Having a bounced wave file, just a 2-track from FL or MP3. It really doesn't matter. Can sound better than getting the stems out because you don't have that clip in the stems.
Yeah, unless you're on the master. Yeah.
No, but it's different now.
It is
you
different.
have to have it as on the.
I mean, what you're saying is technically a crime, but at the same time, I can't argue with it because our ears are our ears, and I hear what you're talking about.
I speak to Will Light, mix engineer, who I'm sure you're aware of. Yeah, mixing one of the Digger songs.
I think I'm. Yeah.
I know it wasn't what it was. It was one of them, yeah.
I know what one you're talking about.
It was one. It's like an M boy, young boy kind of. He remixes his beat or whatever, and he's saying they mixed it with the stems originally, but then they actually replaced it with just the FL WAV 2-track because it sounded better because you can't get that same clip on like through like a limiter or
That's
like a
mad.
whatever they use.
Mad.
They replaced it.
That's mad.
I hear it. I
have had certain
No.
situations where obviously I'm
2 tracks can
I'm
sound
mixing
better.
a beat, and obviously I've managed to get there eventually, but like artists, it's like there's just something that's not gluing, and it's clearly a FL beat. Do you know what I mean? And
No,
the
it's
drums
the
are hitting in a different way.
the FL clipper is just
Them
mad.
bounces, bro.
But
I don't know what it is, bro. I actually
no,
don't know.
obviously, like I always want to mix with stems, but I'm not always mad if they're not available. Like I've seen some people not bring out songs because they can't get the stems. But I'm saying just put the song out, bro. Like,
Yeah, no, I agree with that as well.
No. Fun fact as well. They weren't gonna put out the what's that Future song? Percocet. Marley Percocet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't gonna put that out because they couldn't get the stems.
That's
and
mad.
then then they thought, no, we've got to put this out. It was the only track on the album that was a 2-track like beat.
And it
and they had to put it out, and that's like his biggest song ever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It don't matter though.
Yeah, it just shows you, innit?
Matters,
Music's music at the end of the day. If it sounds good, it sounds good.
Yeah.
You know
It's a
what I
bit
mean?
like the
No facts.
recordings. Like, like obviously you want a good recording, but if you don't have it, like that Potter mixtape, there's some legendary tunes on there. That doesn't even matter. Even if this Training Day 1, a lot of them things, like the quality is just not there, but it doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
it
it's
really
true.
doesn't,
It's
because
true.
It's like you're capturing the moment. Obviously, it matters if you can change it. Of course, it doesn't mean mix badly, but
Well, that's why I didn't even argue with it when they gave me the stuff, because there was nothing I could do anyway because he was in jail. They didn't know what they was talking about when it came to like what I was asking for. They were like, bro, this is what we have.
Yeah,
standard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, right, okay. And it was fairly early on in my career as well. Like,
so you're saying like you just got like an MP3 of scraps? It's just one file beat
on that scrap tune. Yeah, it was already.
And then
embedded.
you had to like chop it together and
and I had like Potter's separate. But it was recorded.
Was Potter's
shit.
Stems?
No, his verse was stemmed, but it was like recorded poorly.
Yeah.
Like everything was sort of poor, and there was some mad ones on there. Like every tune had some sort of like fuckery.
Massive
As an
problem.
engineer, I'm just like, oh my god, like this is mad.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm like this is a sick opportunity, and I've just sort of gone off by myself. I've left Relentless and parted ways with Charlie and all that, and I'm trying to do my own thing. And I was like, I just have to do this. Do you know what I mean? And it was crazy. And they wanted me to mix the whole mixtape in this like 4-hour session, and I was like, bro, like I don't even care. Like, pay me the same money, but let me actually spend a bit of time on this, please, because this is crazy.
Yeah,
like,
just for your brand, innit?
Yeah. Like, this is just mad. And they were like, yeah, all right, cool.
Mix it in session. I can't do that.
Yeah, no, I don't. To be fair, I don't mind if they come like once I've done like the first sweep over. Like, send me over
100%.
Yeah. And
if you're just going over the little chops and stuff like that,
yeah,
or like the level of the vocal, that's
obviously,
cool. But I got to sit in headphones for time.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I want to make sure that it sort of sounds like balanced on other speakers and stuff before they even come, because they're not going to want to sit there and spend however many hours I spend trying to like fucking make the record sound sick on Apple headphones and my whip and all this shit.
And the car and that.
So really, they can come, and their idea of mixing is just creative stuff anyway. They don't really know the prep that goes into it. So that's because they're always like, no, let me come for the whole thing. And I'm like, bro, you don't want to sit there whilst I'm listening to one snare for 45 minutes. Like, that's not what you want, how you want to spend your time, bro. Like, let me do my thing and then come.
And also, you won't be able to like, because even when I'm making beats, I'm just trying random stuff. I feel like, don't worry, this isn't it.
You're constantly having to feel like you have to reassure a minute.
I'm like, this isn't it. This isn't it. And just let the other go. Like.
I hear it, man. I prefer to be alone when mixing.
It's gonna change. Like, you're gonna pitch it up or whatever and add all this extra stuff, but they're listening to it like, what? This sounds crazy, because they ain't got your vision.
Yeah.
Same with mixing, innit? Like, but that's why they're hiring you to do it.
Yeah, for me, mixing. That's why I love it so much. For me, it's like production, innit? It's like post production. So you're adding filters, chops, and all sorts.
Yeah, well, you should be. That's a funny topic, you know.
That's what it is for me anyway. Like, I treat it like, so anyone that records my beat, I'm like, send me the Logic file even if I'm not charging you. Like, I don't really want it going out unless I've got it back and like
touched it a little bit.
Do the mad thing.
Yeah. No, that's like, funny you say that though, because I believe that that's a big part of mixing. Obviously, you've got like the standard stuff of just making the shit sound big and clean, but I believe like adding chops and extra
Yeah, it's
percussion and stuff
everything.
like that is part of mixing. I
Yeah.
released one video with audio movers, and there was a couple comments there like, "Oh yeah, but that's not mixing," all this stuff, and I'm like, I totally disagree.
Yeah.
Like,
You see me, I just say I'm a producer in it because I feel like I mix, master, record, but for me, my end thing's like I just want the record to be the best. Like,
yeah.
like so I am producing when I get the song back, and like it's like I'm doing it all again. So I'm like trying to, all them things we said.
It's a good way. It's a good way of thinking about it. So you're all, like acting like back in the day, like what's called like an executive producer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%. Your ears are overarching over all elements of it. Do you know what I mean? But as a producer itself and engineer, you're going to be doing that regardless. That's why me and Pro 100%. Get along so well, because we're in that same lane. We do the exact same thing. We both started as producers and artists, and this is developed into this. Do you see what I'm saying?
Do you think like mixing engineers naturally, like me, definitely me, have like a tiny bit of like obsessive control over like music? Because I definitely do over my music. I'm like, nah, let me hear it. Like,
100%. That's how most engineers become engineers, because they'll be making their own thing or whatever, and they just like, I was speaking to $1 Million Snare, right? He's one of the best mastering engineers in the world. Like, he's mastering some of the biggest joints right now, and he started mastering purely because he was sending his mixes. He used to make electronic music to a mastering engineer, and he just didn't like it. So he just dived into this world, and now he is like on a next level of knowledge. Like, some of the stuff we were talking about in the episode last week, I was like, I don't really even know what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was going in talking about how like power supplies on certain parts of his gear were making it sound XYZ and all that, and I'm like, bro, you're talking about plugs right now. That's crazy. Like, your ears are so mad, and it's like a self-learned thing. Do you know what I mean? Because of the necessity of just like, nah, I know how it should sound, and I'm gonna learn how to make it sound like that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm definitely sick of hearing songs to my beats that have been mixed terribly.
Well, I apologize.
Even if it's just the vocals. No, not you, bro. In general, bro.
I'm joking.
It's like the worst. It's actually the saddest thing, bro. It's actually sad.
So
like, it is.
No, I get it though. I get it. I actually get it.
So I mixed a song recently, got sent for mastering, and the master like was terrible, bro.
I've had that.
Has Sean D ever touched your beats? Surely by now.
I don't even no, because he's quite big in drill, isn't he? Actually, no, I think he has actually one Benny song. Form is temporary. I think he mixed that.
I think he would mix your music quite sick, to be fair.
No, he will. Of course he would.
Good.
He'll mix anything sick.
Yeah.
No, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like, we just never cross paths in that sense.
Okay.
I think it's one song, Form is Temporary, Benny Banks. It's on his EP. It wasn't like a video or nothing. It's just on his project.
Cool. He is one engineer that actually encourages people to send him music. Like, he has a whole email set up because he is one guy that tries to like piece things together. Do you know what I mean? So
it'd be good to work with him one day, because he's definitely someone I like look up to in a sense of like I've seen his content and that.
You should link up with him, bro. He's like, bro, if you send him a DM, man, he's an open guy. Do you know what I mean? He'll chat to you for sure. Like, do you know what I mean? And probably say pull up to the studio. I don't want to speak on his behalf, but
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's top.
Big up Sean D. No, he's legendary status.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
Outside of the studio, just a random one. I like to ask this question because it's interesting. Sometimes ain't nothing going on with just music, but like outside of the studio, like, how do you like to spend your time? Do you know what I mean? Like, me and Pro big into the gym. You know what I mean? That's if we're not in
I've been going to the gym the last month or so. Might not look it, but we're getting there. No, you know what? I've always just been a big like party and pub guy, to be honest. It's just kind of culture where I'm from.
On a Stella on the top, mate.
So just winding down, basically.
No, just going out, just whatever. But I've not drunk this since New Year's, and I'm actually not even missed drinking. So
really, is it the first time you've done dry January?
Well, I'm not even doing dry January, but I've not drunk at the minute because I'm going to Thailand on Thursday.
Oh, so you're definitely
lit.
But if I wasn't going there, I definitely think I'll done try January.
Yeah.
But I know what I like doing all the time, just being with my pals.
Yeah.
Not always drinking and that, but just watching
Yeah.
football and just chilling, just
You said you're from Surrey, innit? How close is it? How close are you from Sutton then? That's where I grew up.
Well, I'm like 20 minutes from Croydon, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cold. Oh, you must. Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about this anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, we fully did. Yeah,
we did. Yeah, we fully did.
Is that where you go? Is that where you go out in Croydon? If you go in pub and
no,
Croydon's gone downhill, isn't it? Like
no one goes Croydon anymore, bro.
No, just by local town, like the opposite, the nearing towns, innit? So,
okay.
But yeah, that's not something I do as much as I used to, though.
Yeah, I was just saying if we'd ever would have crossed paths or something outside.
Nah, I don't think so.
I'm a bit older than you as well, to be fair.
No.
But yeah, what was it? What was the one bar before Croydon got shit? You probably
was
won't
it
remember
Silver or Tiger?
No, there was one
Dice.
Black Sheep bar.
Black Sheep.
Yeah, that was cool.
No. Some nights were.
Bro, I used to go in there, they used to bang dubstep and
though.
some grime tunes, and I was like, this is hard. And then there'd be girls with all these like fucking disco lights and that dancing around.
I kind of missed the whole Croydon nightlife thing. Just about.
Yeah, you missed it still. I can't lie. It was rubbed out way before. Like, if you're saying you're 24, I think it was rubbed out by like 2015,
I remember
2014.
I remember like when I was at 18 and stuff, you go to the odd divey thing because there's nothing else to do. That. But
yeah, I remember when my brother's gonna hate me for telling this story, but I remember when he turned 18, my little brother. I was like, I'll take you out. We'll go. I think it was called Tiger. Is that it? The one in Croydon?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And I was like, let's go there, And he used to be paranoid, that his legs were skinny, right? And he'd always wear tracky bottoms underneath his jeans and whatever to like make his legs look bigger, right?
That's like some proper road man.
Yeah, and I said to him, he's pulled up, and I'm like, bro, you've got trackies under your jeans, innit? Like, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you won't get in like that. Like, they're not gonna let you in because obviously it's like they go on about like concealing weapons and all this shit, especially in Croydon. I said, there's no chance you're getting in. And he's like, no, I'll be fine. My brother back then used to think he knows it all, pulled up to the queue, bouncer said nah, and then he's had to like find this alleyway, whip off his fucking trackies, put his jeans back on, dash his brand new trackies that he got that day for his birthday in some alleyway just to get into this club, man. Ended up getting in some fucking scrap, typical Croydon, in the club.
Sounds about right, mate.
Yeah, it was honestly, we actually had to get escorted by the police, when we came out. It was crazy. We fucking in the club, my little brother's a madness. He's a menace, He's like chatting to some girl, got hold of her, and then the boyfriend of the girl's turned up, and he's like, what are you doing? Da-da-da-da. And Dan's there trying to be all like, shut up. And me and my other brother have stood in the way like, bro, please, like, sorry, like, just leave it. It's his birthday. Apologies. Maybe patting your girl. Do you know what I mean? And then as I'm saying this, Dan's like leant over me, and slapped the guy in the head, and I'm like, for fuck's sake,
God.
He's dead.
You don't need that.
And then as we've come out the club, he's on the other side of the road with like 5-6 guys, and we're like, for fuck's sake. They're following us down the street, and there was police obviously there in the middle, like to like walk us back to the cab, so we didn't end up in this big scrap because they've clocked it as we've walked out that there's basically a fight about something.
Yeah, that's long. That's a long old day.
That was my little brother's first fucking night out, mate. He's a donut. He's not like it anymore, man. But,
shout out Dan, man.
Yeah, shout out Dan. But off topic. But yeah, then yeah, it's nice. It's nice to know, like, obviously what people get up to outside the studio, because all we mostly do is studio, innit? Like all day, every day. That's how what we live and breathe, innit? So, I'd love to know, like, obviously, still kind of new in your career, but it's like it's progressing so rapidly for you. Like, where do you find yourself? Where do you want to be in 5 years' time? Like, where do you think you're gonna be?
It's I think out of all like industries, it's probably the hardest question to answer within music, because you don't know. I could where would I like, actually, you're saying where would I like to be?
Yeah. Like, what's the vision?
Just that's what I'm doing now. I'm just on bigger, everything bigger, really.
Yeah.
Just more music, more money, really, to be honest, bro. Like, but that's like really.
Come on.
But like, obviously, doing it my way though, like I could easily have like jumped on making house beats and all that, but I didn't even I just wanted to keep real rap as my thing, innit?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Proper.
Yeah.
like there's different lanes I could have gone down. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I've like my whole like mission statement is just real rap, innit? Like keeping that sound alive.
And you
Yeah.
don't
I
you
feel
don't
like
feel
I'm-
like
I'm- feel like I'm
the
doing that.
genre as the genres develop, because all genres do sort of develop, even like slowly but surely. Like obviously you'll develop with it more than likely.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like in 5 years' time, real rap might not even look like what real rap looks like now. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if you look back at like grime back in like the 2000s, early 2000s, it doesn't sound like what grime sounds like now. Do you see what I'm saying? It's developed like so far.
Yeah,
you know what I
actually, you
mean?
know what? I like to work with some American artists. Actually, I kind of regret what I said there. Like it'd be good to get like the real rap of America, like the Meek Mill type artists and stuff. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Well, that's one cool thing about your genre, because it is easily transferable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To talk on grime, it's not like grime. Like American artists, not really interested in jumping on grime beats like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's funny you say this because when I was with Pro in the studio with young Tef, he was like, you must listen to loads of American music. 'cause
Yeah,
your
do you
beats
remember
sound...
that?
No, I was like, nah, not even. He was like, your beats are just like proper American old school rap from from wherever he said. And I was like, nah, not even. He was like, nah, your beats need to touch America because they will go mad.
Yeah, no, facts. I remember when he said that.
Mate, in 5...
I was in the middle of it thinking, yeah, like, true, who do you listen to? And then when he said, not really, and I was like, nah. Like, proper had to break down, like, you do realize you're making a sound without sort of realizing that this would do so well out there type thing. Is like, I guess I listen to Meet Me or sometimes. I was like, raw, boy, I hear it, man. I hear it.
Yeah. No, to be fair, to work with some American artists, like big ones, that'd be sick.
You got to find
like I said earlier, just on the bigger scale, innit? But I need to get over there maybe and see what's going on.
100%.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, you need to get a connect out there and make some links, bro. That's the way. Good place to do that is I talk about it a lot is NAM. To be fair, like I got so many links out there. Like it's just one big.
Where?
It's NAM. It's a convention they have in LA once a year. It's this month actually. It's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's one in a couple of days, isn't
it? Literally, it's more like set up for like producers and engineers, but like obviously once you're there, you meet these people. Do you know what I mean? That can maybe get you in.
And you've been.
I went last year. I went last year. Like,
was that like successful for you,
mate? Like it birthed this podcast. Like I met everyone that. And I was quite lucky because I jumped on this platform called Engineers, which is a mixing platform. If you should look into it, to be fair.
What is it?
It's a website that MixedByJocelin set up to basically like take out all of the drama of like getting projects. So basically it's like Fiverr but on steroids. So an artist will sort of go on there to find their perfect engineer for them. And you go, and they give you ratings. So like, the more mixes you do, the higher rating you get. You get certified, and do you know what I mean?
Is it like, is it quite easy to get work on there, sort of thing?
It's a bit of both. If you don't mind me taking over, I think it's like you use it as like sort of your portal. So if someone's like, oh, bro, I need a mix and master, and you know they're long with paying, you know they're long with just communicating and stuff. You just send them that link and be like, look, here's the price. You can set custom discount codes. Like it's
so
pretty
it's a bit
cool,
like
bro.
BeatStars.
Yeah, but it officiates your thing a lot better because let's say, for example, you got a project, someone wants you to mix 7 songs. You turn around and tell them it's going to be this much, and they're like, oh, it's a bit steep. They can probably use like Klarna or ClearPay, whatever ones they have on there, and you get paid as normal.
You get paid.
But they can break down their costs and stuff.
They take the payment.
What's this called? Because I need to save
Engineers. Engineers.com.
They take the payment up front if it's through Klarna or whatever, credit card, whatever, and then once you've delivered it, that the money gets put into your account, and you can set all the preferences. So you can set like your recall limit, and then if they need another recall past the recall limit, you can set how much it would be extra that they have to pay. All this stuff is just taken care of. Do you know what I mean? And they can A/B it all on the website.
Yeah, bro, on the website.
And you can, and then you
fun fact when you
as well, so they never have to. You're not going to get a call like 2 years later and be like, oh, bro, I need the stems. Da, 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 da. You just like, bro, it's on your
Oh,
engineers page. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's on there.
Fun fact as well, when you
how do you just
engine and then ERS, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, ears. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
like,
a good
yeah.
downward.
But so basically, I jumped on that site and I was doing mixes and whatever, and I made some videos, and then Mixed by Ali like saw me for whatever reason because I was like back in the site and on it and like going for it, and he invited me out personally to like meet him and hang out with all those guys, and like it was definitely a changing moment in my career, 100%, and like they even like put me on the Dolby Atmos course, so they got me Dolby Atmos certified as well, and it was all paid for by engineers. Do you know what I mean? So they're a certain company.
Wow.
Fun fact: when you do your onboarding, once you sign up for it, Mixed by Ali, Kendrick's engineer himself, is on the onboarding calls. Like he's actually there on Zoom with like a bunch of other people in the class and stuff, breaking it all down for you. So it's worth getting involved in, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, fuck it. We talked about him so much. I'll put a link in.
I'm gonna look into
that. But
yeah.
So last question before we wrap it up.
Yes.
But definitely Nam is somewhere to go to get good links, man. 100%. Like Sean's going over there this year with a bunch of producers and that, like to do the exact same thing that what we're talking about now. Do you know what I mean? So and it's normally about the same time as the Grammys as well, isn't it? So
okay, cool.
It's all, like it's just the place to be. It's the time to be in LA is then. Do you know what I mean? So but yeah. So the last question before we wrap up, I'd love to. What sort of advice you would give to like the younger producers, engineers that are like trying to get into the game now? Like, what advice would you give them to sort of like help them with their career?
Always be like accessible to like reply and stuff like that, because there's bare people that I've tried to work with that are new or whatever, and we need things like we need stems for like things, or we need this and that, and the artist going mad, just like just not replying. I don't know what's going on. Does he want us to use a beat, or like if you're making beats, make it like so as soon as you send that email of your beat back, we can just record straight away in the session. Like don't put tags all through it. Don't send like a minute long beat. Like make it as easy as it can to record to it. There's this thing that people have been doing recently, and then they like change like the whole pitch of the beat to like plus 32 cents, so you can't even record auto-tune on it
because it's on some like weird
or they're doing like and I was doing that before. I was going mad with Coins. We're trying to get auto-tune on my bro Coins, sick artist, check him out. And I'm going like, what's going on? Like it's and everything's out of thingy. And he's recorded it, and I'm like, how can I now get your vocal plus 50 cents to then trigger the auto-tune? It's I got there weirdly in the end, but I had to like pitch bend his whole vocal. It was just nuts. So avoid doing stuff like that, because your beats will not get placed because we can't place them.
One plugin to help you with that, if you, like in the future that I started using, because I used to have an assistant. He has like perfect pitch, so it was easy for me. He would be able to tell me it's at a half key or whatever. His ears are mad, like just the craziest ears. But I started using this plugin called Mixed in Key, and it gives you all the notes that are being played in that scale and the root.
I've got that auto key finder, but you know it is but the auto tune I was using, it didn't have like a half step option. Like it was just,
okay.
And sometimes it's not a half step. It'll be like plus. I was texting the producers like, the whole beat's up by plus 26 cents. I'm like, well, why? Like, what could we do with that? Or like I'll get sent beats, and they'll like think it's gonna add more swing by having it 92.63578 BPM or something mad, bro. Like I promise you that happens. It happens. And like, nah, it's a different swing. I'm like, it's not. It's just not.
That's a headache, bro.
So make it as simple as possible.
Just make it easy. And just be like available, innit?
I think that's some solid advice, to be fair, because we've all been through that. Do you know what I mean? Where projects have been delayed and whatever, just because some
and just like snippets and just be able to like send beats wherever you are.
Yeah.
So I used to like, this probably ain't even the best way to do it, but anytime I make a beat, I'll just email the MP3 to myself. So when I'm out, I can just go on my emails.
Right.
And I've got my beats on there. But obviously there's better ways to do it, like Dropbox.
Yeah,
and
I just use AirDrop, you know. I AirDrop it on my phone so everything's on my files, innit?
Same,
and then wherever I am,
I'll do that.
I can do that. I am gonna put in this system that David Young and Kim was telling me about, where he basically leaves his computer on all the time, and then he has this app on his phone that he can basically control his computer through his phone. So like, he's like, he used an example, like he always plays golf, and then like one artist would be like, I need this next version of this mix or whatever, or stems, and he can literally just do it from his phone in the middle of the golf course and just send it.
What, he's mixing?
He's a mix engineer, yeah. He's
no, but he's mixing on the golf course.
No, he's not mixing on the golf course, but like sending files and whatever. Because that's normally what it is, you know. It'll be like Sunday, 11 o'clock at night. You're just chilling, watching a movie or whatever, and fucking.
You don't want to go downstairs and get the laptop.
Or you know, a lot of the time people's studios aren't even in their yard or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Oh
You know, Pro would have to fucking jump in his car and drive across London just to like send files. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, I have done.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That's it. Yeah, that's it. Like I had Clue asking me for a mix yesterday.
Shout out Clue.
Yeah, shout out Clue.
Yeah.
And I was at my girl's parents' house, and I had to drive all the way back and send the file and then send back, and then he's like, oh, can you send it like this? And I'm like, bro, like truthfully, like this is mad. Like, do you know what I mean? You might have to just wait until Monday, but that's not something you want to do.
It sounds like, Pro, you need to do the cloud thing then with your mixing.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a few. I have a few like auto systems that I have in place, but yeah, when it's like it gets tricky when it's something that you don't expect someone to be asking for, and it's like, bro, that was 4 months ago. What, are you serious?
What I think I'm gonna do is put in a NAS system. You know about NAS?
Network area storage.
So I'll create
my own web hard drive.
Yeah, create my own network, and then I'll be able to access it from there. My boy,
I used to have one years ago. I grew up with one in my house.
Yeah,
is that like what schools? Is that what like schools use, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, probably not. I won't need something as big as what a school might have, but like you can get like small compact ones that have like 8-10 terabytes worth of storage. And you can just access it anywhere on your network. And that's what my mate Cal does. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna put one of them in. But anyway, listen, we went on another tangent. That was a really good really good point that you made for like young guys. So like 100% I couldn't
just make it easy, innit? Just make it easy to record to your beats, and and you'll be good, man.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, man. And all of your stuff will be linked below, so you can check out all of the beats, latest projects, anything that's out, his Insta, everything will be on there.
Yeah, man.
And thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, please give this one a like and subscribe if you haven't as well, if you're watching this on YouTube. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Safe.
Yep. Thanks for having me, everyone.
Nice
Love,
one, bro.
Big up, man.
Bless.
Shout out Mikey Joe, Mixed Opinions.
Let's go. Bless.